Hello, and a very warm welcome back. It's always a genuine pleasure to share this space with you. Reflecting on the journey of life from the vantage point of accumulated years, today, I want to talk about something that might seem counterintuitive in a culture sometimes overly focused on youth. The unexpected joys, the surprising gifts that often emerge, specifically in our later decades, perhaps after the age of 65 or 70. We hear so much about the challenges of aging. Physical changes, potential health issues, losses, maybe worries about finances or relevance. And while those realities exist and deserve acknowledgement, focusing only on them paints an incomplete, often overly grim, picture. Lived experience reveals a different story too. One filled with unique satisfactions, profound freedoms, and quiet joys that might have been unimaginable or simply less accessible in the rush and pressure of. These aren't necessarily grand, dramatic events, but rather subtle shifts in perspective, internal freedoms, and deeper appreciations that blossom with time. They are the often unspoken silver linings, the gentle rewards for navigating a long life. So, let's unwrap some of these surprising gifts together, starting with a profound internal shift that many discover. Gift 1. A deepening sense of authenticity and self-acceptance. Remember the energy spent in youth and middle age, trying to fit in, impress others, meet external expectations, or live up to certain images. They worry about saying the right thing, wearing the right clothes, having the right job. While building our place in the world, we often wear various masks, consciously or unconsciously. One of the most liberating gifts that often solidifies after 65 is a significant release from that pressure. There's frequently a growing comfort in one's own skin, a hard-won acceptance of who you are, flaws and all. The need for external validation tends to lessen dramatically. You've lived through enough trends, opinions, and judgments to realize their fleeting nature. What emerges is a quieter, more solid sense of self-worth, derived from within, based on your own values and life experience. This translates into a beautiful authenticity. Speaking your mind wisely, feeling freer to express genuine thoughts and feelings, perhaps with less fear of disagreement or disapproval, often tempered with the kindness that comes from understanding differing perspectives. Dressing for comfort and self, choosing clothes based on personal preference and ease, rather than solely on current fashions or impressing others. Pursuing genuine interests, engaging in hobbies or activities purely because they bring you joy, regardless of whether they seem productive or fashionable. Less self-consciousness, a shedding of inhibiting self-consciousness about perceived imperfections, physical or otherwise. This isn't arrogance. It's a quiet confidence born from self-knowledge and reduced dependence on others' opinions. It's the freedom to simply be yourself, without apology. This profound sense of authenticity is a deeply satisfying, often unexpected, joy of later life. Hand in hand with this self-acceptance comes another gift related to our emotional landscape. Gift 2. Increased emotional regulation and perspective. Life inevitably throws curveballs, disappointments, frustrations, anxieties, losses. In younger years, these events can feel overwhelming, triggering intense emotional reactions that might hijack our rational thought or linger for long periods. We might catastrophize minor setbacks or get swept away by waves of anger or worry. While later, life certainly doesn't grant immunity from difficult emotions. Decades of experience navigating ups and downs often cultivates a surprising degree of emotional resilience and perspective. You've weathered storms before, and you inherently know, on a deeper level, that most difficult feelings and situations eventually pass or become manageable. This often leads to less sweating the small stuff, Many things that would have caused significant stress or upset years ago are now seen with more perspective. You learn to differentiate between genuine crises and minor inconveniences. Quicker emotional recovery while sadness or frustration still occur. The ability to process the emotion and return to a state of equilibrium often improves. You don't get stuck in negative states quite as easily. Reduced reactivity. There's often less impulsive reaction to triggers. A pause develops between stimulus and response, allowing for more thoughtful engagement rather than knee-jerk emotional outbursts. Greater empathy. Having experienced a wide range of human emotions and challenges, yourself often deepens empathy and understanding for the struggles of others. This doesn't mean becoming unfeeling. It means developing a calmer center, a greater capacity to observe emotions without being entirely consumed by them. This improved emotional regulation, born from lived experience, is a significant contributor to inner peace and a surprising gift that makes daily navigation smoother. Let's shift from the internal to the external, specifically how we use our time. Gift 3. The freedom to choose how time is spent. For many, the decades before retirement are dictated by demanding schedules. Work hours, commuting, childcare, endless tasks, and obligations. Time often feels like a commodity that is never sufficient, constantly managed and allocated according to external demands. Retirement, or even semi-retirement, offers a radical, often underestimated gift. Greater autonomy over your own time, while new routines or commitments might emerge like grandparenting or volunteering. There is generally far more freedom to choose how you spend your precious hours each day, based on your own preferences and energy levels, rather than. This freedom can manifest in wonderful ways. Pursuing passions, having ample time, as we discussed previously, to finally dive into hobbies, learning, or creative pursuits previously sidelined. Spontaneity. The ability to decide on the spur of the moment to visit a friend, go for a walk, read a book all afternoon, or simply rest without needing permission or juggling complex schedules. Setting your own pace, moving through the day at a rhythm that feels right for you, rather than constantly rushing to meet deadlines or external expectations. Deepening connections. Having more unhurried time available for quality interactions with loved ones. This control over one's own time is a luxury often unavailable during peak working years. Fully embracing this freedom, consciously choosing activities that bring joy, connection, or peace, rather than feeling obligated to simply be busy, is a significant and unexpected pleasure of this life stage. It allows for a life lived more intentionally, aligned with personal rhythms and desires. This autonomy over one's time allows for a life lived more intentionally, aligned with personal rhythms and desires. It also often paves the way for appreciating the world in a more focused, present way, leading to our fourth surprising gift. Gift 4. A heightened appreciation for everyday beauty and simple pleasures. When life moves at a slower pace, and the pressure to constantly achieve or acquire lessens, something wonderful often happens. Our capacity to notice and truly appreciate the simple beauty and pleasures of everyday life, things that might have been overlooked or taken for granted in the hustle of earlier years, can suddenly reveal themselves as profound sources of joy and wonder. This gift isn't about discovering something entirely new, but rather seeing the familiar with fresh eyes and a more grateful heart. Sensory delight. Really tasting food, feeling the warmth of the sun, noticing the scent of rain, hearing birdsong. These simple sensory experiences can become deeply satisfying when fully attended to. Moments in nature. Appreciating the changing seasons, the pattern on a leaf, the flight of a bird, the shape of clouds. brief encounters with nature can bring unexpected moments of peace and awe. Comforts of home. Finding genuine contentment in the familiarity and safety of one's own home. A cozy chair, a favorite mug, the quiet rhythm of domestic life. Acts of kindness. Both receiving and witnessing small acts of kindness can feel particularly heartwarming and affirming. Quiet moments. Simply having moments of undisturbed peace and quiet can feel like a precious luxury. This heightened appreciation stems partly from the greater time available to notice, but also often from a deeper understanding, gained through experience of life's fragility and knowing that nothing lasts forever makes the simple goodness of the present moment shine brighter. This ability to find rich satisfaction in the ordinary is a quiet but profound joy, a way of finding abundance in what is already present, rather than constantly seeking it elsewhere. From appreciating the present moment, let's look at the joy found in connecting across generations. Gift 5. The unique richness of intergenerational connections. While maintaining peer friendships remains important, later life often brings unique opportunities for deeply rewarding connections across generations, particularly through roles like grandparenting or mentoring. These relationships offer a different kind of fulfillment, blending love with legacy. The gift here lies in the unique dynamics. Grandparenting joys, experiencing the delight of young children, often without the intense pressures and responsibilities of primary parenthood. It allows for focusing on play, connection, sharing stories, passing on traditions, and offering unconditional love and support in a special way. Witnessing the world anew through a child's eyes can be incredibly revitalizing. Mentoring and sharing wisdom. As discussed previously in the context of purpose, guiding or supporting younger individuals, whether family members or others, provides a powerful sense of contribution and connection. Seeing your experience help someone else navigate their path is deeply rewarding. Learning from younger generations. Intergenerational connections are a two-way street. Engaging with younger people offers fresh perspectives, keeps you connected to current culture and technology, challenges assumptions, and brings vibrant energy into your life. These connections bridge gaps, weave the fabric of family and community tighter, and offer unique emotional rewards. The pure affection of a grandchild, the appreciation from someone you've mentored, the stimulating exchange of ideas with a younger person. These are distinct joys, often most fully available and appreciated in our later decades. Finally, complementing the freedom to choose how time is spent, is a related freedom from certain pressures. Gift 6. Liberation from the intensity of striving and ambition. Think back to the intensity of building a career, proving oneself, competing, striving for the next promotion, the next milestone, the next achievement. While ambition can be a powerful motivator, it often comes with significant stress, pressure, and sometimes a relentless feeling of never quite being enough. A surprising and often welcome gift of later life, particularly after retirement, is the gradual release from this intense pressure to strive and achieve in the conventional sense. While finding purpose remains vital, it's often redefined away from competitive ambition towards intrinsic satisfaction, connection, and contribution. This liberation brings reduced stress. Letting go of constant competition and the need to climb the ladder significantly lowers daily stress levels. Freedom from comparison. With less focus on external benchmarks of success, the tendency to compare oneself unfavorably to others often diminishes. Focus on intrinsic motivation, engaging in activities for pure enjoyment or meaning, rather than primarily for advancement or external reward. Greater acceptance. Less pressure to constantly improve or perform allows for more acceptance of oneself and life as it is. This doesn't mean becoming complacent or losing interest in life. It means shifting the motivation. The drive comes more from within. Curiosity, connection, contribution, enjoyment, rather than from external pressures or ambitions. This shift away from the often exhausting treadmill of striving is a profound relief for many, opening the door to a quieter, more contented way of being. Conclusion: embracing the unexpected blessings. Life after 65 or 70 is not merely an epilogue. It's a distinct chapter with its own unique character, challenges, and, as we've explored, its own surprising gifts. Deepening authenticity and self-acceptance, increased emotional regulation, the freedom to direct one's time, a heightened appreciation for simple pleasures, the richness of intergenerational connections, and liberation from intense striving. These are just some of the unexpected joys that can blossom with age. Recognizing and embracing these gifts allows us to counter the often negative cultural narratives about aging and appreciate the fullness and potential richness of this life stage. It's about acknowledging the losses and changes honestly, while also celebrating the unique freedoms, perspectives, and quiet satisfactions that time can bestow. What surprising gifts or unexpected joys have you discovered in your later years? What positive aspects of aging do you feel are often overlooked? Please share your experiences in the comments below. Your positive perspective is invaluable. If this exploration of the unexpected gifts of aging resonated with you, please give the video a like and subscribe to Elderly Wisdom for more reflections that honor the full spectrum of life experience. Sharing this video might offer encouragement and a hopeful perspective to others. Thank you for joining us today. May you recognize and cherish the surprising gifts that appear along your own unique journey. Until next time, be well and embrace the joys of this chapter.